In 2010, a 91-year-old woman passed away in Paris. Later, her family discovered she owned a fully furnished luxury apartment, completely untouched since World War II. Now, for people like you and me, this might sound shocking, right? But in Paris, it's completely normal. As of today, 26% of homes in Paris are sitting completely vacant. But the irony is, despite all these empty apartments, homelessness in Paris is still at a peak. Why? It's one of the top travel destinations, always packed with tourists, but thousands of homes in the same city are abandoned. In fact, over 40,000 of these apartments don't even have electricity connections. Interestingly, the Paris government is trying hard to fix this, but faces a lot of challenges. So how exactly? First, let's understand the government's approach. To promote renting, they provide homeowners with free items like blankets and kitchenware if they agree to rent out their properties. Paris divides empty homes into two categories: vacant and unoccupied. Vacant means unfurnished and empty for the past 30 days. Unoccupied means fully furnished, but no one lives there. Today, over 17.4% or 200,000 plus homes in Paris fall into this unoccupied category. Meanwhile, the entire city has only about 3,000 homeless people. And a deep housing crisis. The average salary in Paris is about 2,500 euros, but property prices exceed 1,000 euros per square meter. Over the last 25 years, property prices in Paris have gone up by 400%. This affordability gap means middle-class Parisians simply can't afford to buy homes. That's why Paris is now one of the world's most expensive cities. For reference, homes in Paris are 197% more expensive than in Mumbai. That's a major reason why so many flats are empty. It's clear, owning a home in Paris is nearly impossible for the middle class. That's why renting is so prominent there. The government has also enforced strict rental laws. There are two rental categories: furnished and unfurnished. Furnished flats charge higher rent, but the owner is legally required to provide items like fridge, blankets, and utensils. If these break, the owner must replace them, or the tenant has the right to pay rent as if the flat is unfurnished. That's why unfurnished rent is lower, around 1,000 euros. Furnished flats have one more downside: 70% of their rent is taxable. But they do get tax benefits. Only 50% of rent is taxable, and owners can also deduct expenses. The second reason for so many empty homes: inheritance issues. Many properties are stuck in inheritance disputes. In Paris, property isn't transferred directly to dependents after death. It's a lengthy process, and sometimes families don't even know a property exists under their name. Like in 2010, when a 91-year-old woman died in South France, her family found out later she had a fully furnished apartment. The third reason? Second homes. These are homes owned for weekend or vacation stays. Paris has over 126,000 of them, mostly unused year-round. Most of these homes belong to foreigners, used only during vacations. To stop this, the government imposes extra home tax on vacant second homes. To avoid this, owners list their homes for short-term rent. Paris legally allows only 120 rental days per year. More than that requires official permission and qualifies the property as a hotel with higher taxes. To avoid all that, owners prefer to keep them vacant. However, many use Airbnb as a loophole. Airbnb lets them rent their flats for 200 to 300 euros per day. Instead of earning 1,000 to 1,500 euros per month from regular rent, Airbnb gives them 3,000 to 5,000 euros. So short-term rentals are booming in Paris. Today, Paris has 70,000 Airbnb listings, the most of any city in the world. Historically, too, Paris wasn't always a second home destination. The shift began with a process called gentrification. Before the 19th century, Paris was home to working-class people. But in 1870, Napoleon III assigned Georges-Eugène Haussmann to renovate Paris. Haussmann demolished old buildings and built elegant new ones, making Paris attractive to the wealthy and tourists. This raised the standard of living, but made it unaffordable for working-class citizens who moved to the outskirts. Gentrification has two outcomes: positive, new investments; negative, sudden, unaffordability. In Paris, the negative outcome dominated, pushing middle-class families out. For example, Le Marais. Once a working-class Jewish hub, it's now the most expensive, fashionable area in Paris. The Paris government is trying to tackle the crisis. First, they're giving €10,000 grants to first-time buyers. Second, they're offering low or zero-interest housing loans under schemes like PTZ. PTZ is for people with existing loans who want to buy new homes. France is also building subsidized social housing. To encourage renting, they passed the Zone Tendu law, imposing 60% extra tax on second homes in high-demand areas. That means if tax was €100, the owner now pays €160 for keeping a second home empty. But Paris isn't the only city facing this. Cities like Amsterdam and Vienna have similar problems. Their governments are finding homeowners who leave homes empty long-term and repurposing old buildings for housing. Like Amsterdam's old embassy turned housing, or Vienna's former commerce department now used for rentals. So if you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit like and subscribe to the channel.